My name is Angel Rivera. I'm a student pilot, currently looking to get my private pilot's license and pursue a career in aviation. What definitely inspired me the most was just growing up, looking at aircraft as a little kid around my house, flying, and just something I've always enjoyed. So far, I think my biggest accomplishment so far has been flying solo, like cross country, because it's a very important day. Your instructor signs you off. They give you the stamp of approval that they trust you with the aircraft, and not only that, they trust you with the aircraft flying to a foreign airport and coming back safely. A typical week for me just involves flying, like Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, even so 4 times a week, and then just having to focus on work, managing that time properly. I think the most difficult part for me, at least, has been the ground school. There's a lot of studying involved, and I don't like studying. um, but yeah, flying is the most fun part. Definitely many, even sometimes still today. Um, it's what they call imposter syndrome. You kind of just don't believe that you're meant to be somewhere, but you have to deal with that. You have to find a way to push through. I think by just relying on the people around me and also my faith community as well, and just believing in myself, believing that I can do the thing that I set out to do. I've been able to progress because you have to find momentum in everything you do. So you can't let small setbacks, change how you think, change how you feel about yourself, keep you from studying. If you don't understand something, find a way around it, find another way to learn it, and just momentum is very important for me. My plans are definitely to take a small break, maybe take my family up for a flight or two. And after that, I definitely want to just keep grinding at it, pursuing my career and becoming a flight instructor, and eventually end up in the airlines. My plans are definitely to take a small break, maybe take my family up for a flight or two. And after that, I definitely want to just keep grinding at it, pursuing my career and becoming a flight instructor, and eventually end up in the airlines.
My name is Natalia Rosado. I'm an SSR, or Student Support Representative for all students in Academy of Aviation. So you would obviously start in a fabulous school like ours. So there are several portions. You have to do the academic portion, which is all the written, the tests, those things. There are obviously a lot of words and terminology that you have to know. There are practice proficiencies. There's also check rides and prog checks, which for every step that you are involved in Sun State, they always make sure that you have some kind of test to make sure that you've mastered that particular part of the program. Training, well, at the end of the day, you always want to be a pilot. So there's certain things that you have to achieve before you become ideally a commercial pilot. So obviously you have to have your private license, you have to have proficiency. So there are state mandated tests that you do have to take. At the end of the day, the school does always check your proficiency for every section involved in the programming. So you're never at a loss in your program, and you always know your route. How demanding is aviation training compared to what most people expect? So the way I think about aviation training is this: it's a beautiful journey if someone loves to fly and be a pilot. But also people have to realize that pilots do have people's hands, the lives in their hands. So it is very arduous. They're like a medical student. There are a lot of words, a lot of terminology that you have to know, that you have to master. There's certain protocols and procedures and laws that you have to master as well. So to do all that, it's a lot, but at the end of the day, it's well worth it when you do become a pilot. Definitely, time management is something that's very important because you have to do your grounds, you have to do your studying, you have to do certain tests, and then obviously you have to be able to fly. But also, most people, they do have a life outside of here, so they have to balance. We've had students here that just had children. So we have people that have family lives. We have people that have sick family members at home. We have people that are actually going to college on top of going into this program. So time management is key. On top of that, if you feel like you're at a loss, don't be afraid. Don't keep it to yourself. Always reach out. And I think that people get embarrassed when they don't know something. Never be embarrassed. Always ask. So going back to definitely work-life balance. So if you do have a lot of stuff going on in your life outside, aviation does take a little bit of a setback, but it can be done. Most of our students are young, so it's the first time that they've had to had something like work training and stuff at home and maybe still going to high school or college. So it's a great time because you're young to figure that out, but it tends to be the biggest obstacle, especially given that a lot of our student trainees, they're young, they're 16, 17, 18. So now you're talking about manipulating the education and being in control of their education. So Angel Rivera has done actually phenomenal work. He has been with us for some time right now. He has beautiful experiences and relationships with his CFI. He is always there to help others when they don't understand. Um, you could tell he has a veracity to learn as much as he can while he is here. And he's always communicating with us, always letting us know where he's at and where he needs help and what he needs us to do for him. And he's very determined, always here, always asking questions. Very good relationship with his CFI. What he doesn't know, he asks. And then what he does know, he doesn't gatekeep. He does go out there, he does reach out to help those who may not know as much as he does. Is not just being able to understand everything, to fly a plane, to maneuver it. It's also being able to break things down and make it digestible for the next person. And I think Angel does a lovely job of that because not only does he grasp, he doesn't just regurgitate it back to you. You see that there's an understanding behind what he's saying. And to be an instructor, it is so imperative that you can take complex concepts and break it down to make it digestible for the student to retain. What advice would you give to someone who wants to pursue a career in aviation and achieve similar goals? Aviation is something that's wonderful. Usually whoever does aviation, it's a dream, it's a desire. And if you have desire, you can achieve it, but also you have to remember that it's something that the lives of people are in your hand. So it's not just for you to take it seriously, but it's for those who you represent, who you'll have to fly one day to take it seriously. And once you do that, you'll be phenomenal as a pilot.